All right, everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil, and we have come under attack. We have gotten sucker punched by someone who I was almost considering calling a friend. Egnards has called me out and said that he will beat my territory battle waves, which he's kind of already doing. So I don't know why this is even a challenge. Like, do you really need to feel that good about yourself that you're like picking on somebody that you're already better than? Like, I don't make fun of you for the fact that I'm significantly better than you are at Grand Arena. You know, come fight me in that, right? Like, no, I don't need to do that. My skill rating is speaking for itself. So, anyway, we're going to get to this challenge. We're going to talk about what's going to happen, what we will be doing, and, you know, I got to respond a little bit here. You know, Egg was talking some shit, you know, and I grew up and was raised with the saying that you talk shit, you're going to get hit. So let's get in here, folks. We're going to talk about this, but I've got to thank the channel members first. You know, you guys are the reason that this channel is awesome, and I really appreciate you. If you have any smoke, fire, insults you want to throw Egnard's way, please be my guest. He's in the members-only section of the Discord, so go light his ass up, right? I want to go scorched earth on this guy, all right? You know, all is fair in love, war, and Egnard and Phil's Territory Battles Challenge. Thank you guys again. Let's get in here. Let's talk about the plan. All right, so, as I said, Egnards has thrown the challenge flag at me to say he's going to beat me in territory battles, which you already do, right? I mean, I'm not saying that it's a pussy thing to do to challenge somebody that you already have a significant advantage over, right? The people are saying that. You know, I'm not saying that you met your wife on Farmers Only, right? That's what the people are saying. You know, and you yourself, as you were going through and you're like, you're going to say that I need my Omicrons, you then said that I don't need them. So if you don't need your Omicrons, then why are you going to use them? Because you need them. Because without them, you wouldn't know how to do the territory battle. You'd be like, oh no, I press auto every single battle. Yeah, you press auto every single battle. I would too if I had the Merrick Omicron. Like, that takes 5 seconds. That's not skill, right? You want to know what skill is? Skill is going to friggin' Dathomir with a Dark Trooper Moff Gideon Imperial Remnant team without any Omicrons and still getting 2 out of 2 waves. That's what takes skill. So all of you guys who want to judge me for micromanaging my battles, I'm all for it. It's just coming off as jealousy that I don't need Omicrons to get done what I need to do. I'm just better than you. I'm not going to come out here and just sit there and talk trash at Egnards, you know. But I will take it personally that you want to torch a Wampa Funko Pop. I've looked around for Gungan Funko Pops. They're not present. Do you know why? Because Gungans suck. Nobody likes Gungans. Gungans were in the worst Star Wars movie, yes, in existence. Because obviously 7, 8, and 9 don't exist as far as I'm concerned, right? We can all agree on that, at least. That we should all agree that 7, 8, and 9 don't exist. But Phantom Menace is the worst of the Star Wars movies that actually count. And a lot of that is because of Jar Jar Binks. So come at me. I'm here for it. I am here for this fight, and I am going to win either way. I'm going to win either way. I will die on this hill. I'm going to win either way. I'm either going to win because I'm going to bankrupt your account, and I'm going to make you do all these ridiculous upgrades to try and stay ahead of me, or I'm going to kick your ass in waves and never let you forget it. If you win, you should win, right? You have the advantage. Like you did say, my best is 111 waves, and I think you scored 122. Like, you have a significant advantage. But you did call out my guild and said that I ride on the coattails of other people's success. Do I ride on the coattails of other people's success? Or am I just not boosting my waves by doing missions that my guild doesn't need me to do? You've got guys like Wombat just sitting there deploying every phase instead of doing combat missions. I guess I'm just more of a team player. I guess I'm just worried about making upgrades that are better for my team, regardless of if it helps my wave count. But you're calling me out, and my guild has my back, and I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to start upgrading my Hondo to Relic 6. Get some extra waves there that don't help my guild, but make me feel better like Egnards. So, we're going to get at that, and we're coming after that. I'm not one to back away from a fight. I might be the underdog in this fight, but to quote the great Jason Kelsey, an underdog is a hungry dog, and hungry dogs run faster. Now, to those of you who might not believe that I am the underdog in this fight, I know it's tough. It's tough to believe, but I'm going to show you why. Here's our compare as we were looking the other night on stream. And as you can see, GP-wise, 400,000, you are absolutely right, Egg. There's nothing there. And the two more Omicrons, I mean, I have one that I don't even have equipped, so like the Omicrons, it is what it is. Now you've got yours in TB, but again, if you don't need them, don't use them. But where I have the advantages mods, which in territory battles isn't that big of a deal, because you can just switch mods around anyway. Not that either of us do that, except for like a few special missions, but you don't really need to switch them. But the relics, guys, that's where I am the underdog here. My relic levels are 100 lower than him, even though he only has 8 more relics than I do. I am behind on the relic levels, and it's in the grouping that screw me over the most. In the relic 8 and relic 9 tier, he's got 15 more relic 8s and 8 more relic 9s, which means I am screwed when it comes to those later phases, and I've got to be on the money to get those combat missions in and get those waves done. We cannot afford drops. We have to be perfect in every measure of the game. Right? My team drops a wave, they run a mile. They drop a CM, they drop a fleet mission, they run a mile. It's perfection will be the name of the game here for both of us. So, what does this even mean for what am I going to do? Right? I'm not just going to sit here and talk trash, even though that's the fun part of this. Right? What are we going to do? I've got a lot of things that I need to consider here. Obviously, I can take Hounded Relic 6. That's not a problem. It is what it is. But we've got to look at the places that I can get the most waves out of. And the one thing that sucks for me is that my Spectre team, unless they go to Relic 9, I get no benefit out of that. I get no benefit from this team until they're Relic 9. Because before Relic 9, I don't need them for any combats. My Relic 8 combat missions, I'm set on every planet. Right, like for the light side. I don't need any more light side Relic 8 teams. I need Relic 9 teams, or I need dark side teams, which is not going to be fun. So I've got a lot of options to consider here between potentially some first order Relic 8 upgrades. We've got to look at some Sith upgrades, right, to get Sith Eternal a team on the Haven class medical station, and then even potentially looking at some of those remnants to try to get some waves on Mandalore. But again, my guild doesn't do Mandalore the same way that his guild does, so I can make some upgrades, but I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know that that's value added for me, but we're going to have to see. I'm going to try and kick his ass as much as I can in these waves, but it ain't going to be pretty. So, the challenge has been set. The territory battle will take place, I believe he said the territory battle for April 15th. So we have about this TB to kind of gauge what we need to do and where our upgrades need to come from. I don't know how much live streaming I'll be able to do during that time, and especially with TB, there might be some timing differences on my end that, like, I might have to do waves at a different time to ensure that I can get them in, so that way my guild doesn't, that I don't lose this challenge simply because my guild filled a planet before I could do my combats. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to this. I'm not one to shy away from a challenge, even though I am significantly disadvantaged in this. We're going to give it our all, and we're going to either bankrupt him or we're going to make fun of him for sucking at territory battles to somebody who doesn't have any Omicrons. And I did find it interesting that when the challenge was issued, I was not warned. You just threw the challenge out there. You didn't give me a chance to come up with anything good. You just told your channel members to come up with roasts for me, which that's not very original. But here we are. April 15th, prepare to either have no materials left and regret everything that you have done, or prepare to get your ass kicked. I'm coming for you, man. I am actually excited for this challenge because at the end of the day, the most important thing is improving my account, and I will do everything I can to improve this account in TB and Grand Arena. I have an added side to this. I've got to make sure that my Grand Arena ranking doesn't tank because I'm doing Relic 9s on dog shit teams like Gungans. So, there we go. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Roast Egnards to the end of the earth. You guys know what to do. I love you all, except Egnards. May the force be with you, except Egnards. And I'll see you in the next one. Especially you, Egnards. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, my friends.